The internet here seems okay. I was also going to originally had planned to stream from my GoPro, but just recording the last game burned through basically all of its battery. So it is off the table today. So we're going to be working on this. I'm going to take the stream down for just a minute, and then I'll should be good to go. We're going to see how that goes. If you are watching the stream, if one of you wants to give me a thumbs up that it is going well, you can hear me, everything is wonderful and amazing, that would be fantastic. In the meantime, Sahiti gets us started against the Raiders. Saima goes up with a great dive. Gets herself a point. Sorry, that was not Saima, that was Cam. Did not see Cam sneak in. So welcome Cam to the game. And first point goes to the War Eagles. All right, there's the second serve. Well hit. That's an ace. Second point for the War Eagles against the Raiders. And a quick 2-0 lead. Here we go again. Nice, well served. Raiders go to the outside, hard hit, catches the line. Is that in or out? Called out. War Eagles get the point. All right, here we go again. Another good serve deep. Handled serve return. That's Leah. Leah to Sahiti. Sahiti to Haley. Haley with a spike. Haley goes cross. Gives the Raiders their first point. The ref talking to the line judge after the last call. I think she was a little confused. I'm not entirely sure she knows what she's doing. We're going to find out in a little bit. A little bit of confusion on that last one. She didn't know to call in or out. Kind of overruled herself. The ref looking for some guidance. Nobody making eye contact with him. I'm going to go ahead and stand on this line. Ref looking for a substitution for the flag, the corner ref. All right, we have an official substitution change. Give me just a minute, folks. I'm going to be a little disconnected as I go to check the stream. All right, there's the serve. I'll catch up with scoring in a minute. Sahiti over to Haley. Haley with a good spike. That's sent over. Here comes the return, but right there is Haley. Haley with a high set. Over to Sahiti. Sahiti to Kiki. Kiki sends it over. Here comes the return. Maddie's there this time. Haley back towards the corner. Here comes the return. Maddie there. Oh, not quite able to handle it. That one goes live. Raiders get their second point. There's the serve. Right there to Leah. Leah. Ooh, Sahiti sneaks it over. That's a point as it is a net touch. The sideline shouting that you cannot do that, which is true. Looks looks like my stream may not be up, so I'll have to be back in just a minute while I figure out what is going on. Good diving save. Good, another attempt at a save. All right now the score is 4-4. I'm told the stream is up, so we're going to see if that's still true. Maddie with a spike. Oh, it goes wide. That gives the Raiders their first point lead of the game. All right. Here we go again. Thank you, Nani, for the confirmation. 5-4 right now is the score. Getting back in the score. Sahiti gives it to Maddie. Maddie sends it over. Maddie gets herself a kill. All right. Maddie gets herself a kill. Leah is going to get the serve now. All right, there's the serve, and there's the ace. Leah gets herself an ace. All right, sorting out the order here. Ashley is in. I'm just getting caught up. Leah's serving again. There's the serve from Leah. Drops it in. Middle is going to take it. Middle hitter with a hard spike. Tipped by Haley. Sahiti goes for the dive. Can't quite get there. That's 6-5. All right. That's going to give the Raiders a chance to serve back. And that is way wide. 6-all. O-U-T-O. All right. There goes Haley with the serve. It's wild. Did it go wide? It went wide. 7. It's substitution time. Haley will be substituting with Saima, and Sahiti will be substituting with Ryan as the Raiders are up by 1. Double substitution well underway. It's given it a few more minutes. So in terms of looking for comparisons here, we'll talk in just a moment about that. That's Maddie. Maddie to Saima. Saima over to Piper. Piper with a spike. Piper gets herself a kill. As that ball goes flying after the touch, 7-all. Maddie will get the serve. All right, so a little difference in this stream. Beyond the location, Ashley and Kiki are substituting. But beyond the location, we also have a different audio quality going on right now. And so we'll have to see how that plays out. All right, substitution on the Raiders complete. 7-all. Maddie serving directly under the camera. There's the serve. Oh, unfortunately, right into the net. And the Raiders get their 8th point. There's the serve. That's Saima who gives it over to Piper. Piper sends it over. Oh, unfortunately goes a little wide. Good effort there. There's the serve. Diving attempt by both Kiki and Leah. Neither able to get there. And Alpharetta takes a 3-point lead. All right, here we go again. Number 16 serves right into the net. Last game I learned a new one. Fishy, 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 net, net, net. Fishy, 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 net, net, net. As that ball went straight into the net. All right, Piper serving. Cam in for Leah. There's Piper's serve. Handled by their libero. Return from the outside hitter. Piper gets there. That's Sima. Sima over to Kiki. Kiki, unfortunately, didn't quite get what was needed there, and that one went kind of through her hands almost. That'll have Piper and Leah substituting out 8-11. All right, serve from the libero. Over. Kiki sends it immediately back over. Good communication by the Raiders. Outside hitter's going to take it. Gets tipped up by Ryan. Sima goes for the dive. Can't quite get there. And that's a kill. All right, here we go again. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication on the team between who was supposed to take that. Coach Rachel reminding the girls to huddle. This was a problem last game where they just were not talking to each other. That one's long. Leah tries to take it. I do think it would have fell in. That was just in a bad spot for Leah, both high on her, but I do think it would have caught the back line. 8-14, Raiders taking a good lead against the War Eagles. And that's sent far. 15th point for the Raiders, and we have a first timeout. This one called by the War Eagles. That was a little bit rough there. Hopefully they're able to come back. Let's see how it goes. Coach Rachel talking to the girls. Not quite sure what she's going to be discussing on this one. They just really haven't played as a team so far today. Let's see how it goes. All right, here we go again. There's the serve. Leah digs, dives, gets there. Ryan goes running. Kylie went running as well. Neither able to get there. And that's another Raiders ace. Right now, South looking a little off cycle, a little off kilter almost. The Longhorn defeat, I think, got to them. And it's starting to show through. Leah not quite able to get there. Leah and Piper substituting. But Piper in the back row for the first time. Something that I know she's been asking for, so good to see she gets out there. Kiki to Sima, Sima to Kiki. Kiki with a good spike. Kiki unfortunately sends it far. That's 18. Piper trying to cheer the team up. Kiki's right there. Sima goes and ends up sending it over the net. Block at the net. Good job by Cam. Pushed over. Diving attempts from several individuals. Not able to get there. Piper's in the back row. Yep. All right, substitution time. Piper and Leah substituting. Ryan and Sahiti. And Sima and Haley. I think this is about giving the girls on the court a little bit of a breather, trying to help them refocus as they are looking or acting very tired. Just really not playing as a team right now. Several of them looking very down based on the score at the moment. This is a rough game. With that said, though, we will get the ball. We will get a chance to serve. So we have illegal motion in the backfield is the call. 19 points for the Raiders. Raiders getting a chance to serve with a good lead of 19-10. There's your serve. Right at Leah. Leah digs it out. Cam pops it higher. Kiki sends it over. Unfortunately, it goes wide. 20th point for the Raiders. Piper on the sidelines trying to get the girls cheered back up. Trying to cheer everybody on. It's really what they need is to get their energy back. They play so much better. That ball goes way long. Gives an 11th point to the War Eagles. Kylie and Maddie substituting. That has Kiki serving. Maddie, Haley, and Cam there in your front row. There's your serve. Well served. That ended up being a problem, and that is a 12th point for the War Eagles. As the girls barely come together there, they really got to huddle, keep that energy. They just don't seem to have energy right now. Another good serve, back corner. That's an ace! Kiki in the back, inside corner of the court, getting an ace. Finding a hole that was completely empty by the Raiders. 13-12. Another serve opposite side. Oh, unfortunately it goes wide. That's a 21st point for the Raiders. All right, Kiki and Ashley are substituting. Waiting for the ref to clear it. There's the clear. While we're waiting, up right on the net is number 20, Haley. Then you have Sahiti and Cam from left to right in the middle. And then Maddie, Leah, and Ashley from left to right in the back row. Raiders are going to serve. Here we go. Nice. Leah and Ashley. Sahiti sends it up. Cam with a good spike push. Cam with a kill! Cam gets herself a kill as she finds a way to shove it right through the player's attempt block. Piper comes in as Leah moves to serve. There's Leah's serve. Middle hitter's going to take that and send it over as a floater. Ashley's right there. Sahiti pops it. Maddie tries to get there, not quite able to, as that ball was a balance of on the net, but also maybe going over. 14-22. All right, Maddie watches it go by. It is called in, and that is a Raider ace. Rolled over, Sahiti tries to get there, but that's an ace as it caught the top of the net and rolled over. It's now 14-24 as the Alpharetta Raiders have taken a commanding 10-point lead and very likely to win this first set. There's your serve. Ashley swings at it, misses. It does catch the back of the court anyway. That's a 25th point, and Alpharetta wins the first set. This break right here is going to be about trying to recenter the girls coming off 3 straight losses. They lost 2 to the Longhorns previously, sets 2 and 3, and now set 1 here with Alpharetta. Definitely going to be hoping for them to kind of clear their minds, clear their heads, and come back strong. With that in mind, I'll be back in a few minutes as well, and we'll take this short break. As they are in their heads, so then they start. All right. I'm told the sound's not working. Hopefully that fixed it. Good teamwork and a 3rd point for South. Sahiti's going to get the serve again. There's your serve. Good serve from Sahiti. That's an ace. Alpharetta unable to handle that. That ball goes wide, giving an ace to Sahiti, who for the first time in a couple sets is smiling. Getting a good 4-point early start lead. Good serve. Doug sent wide. That's an ace. The south sideline starting to cheer. All 7 of the girls on the sideline getting into it now. Sahiti right over the net. Well hit. That's an ace. 6-0. Sahiti with 3 aces in a row. Even the crowd starting to cheer her on. Crowd of South here has been quiet most of the day. Starting to come alive. Another good serve. That one's popped straight back over. Maddie's there. Maddie sends it over. Tempted at a spike, didn't get there. And that's a net call as number 15 caught the net as she went for her spike. 7-0. And guess what, folks? Alpharetta forced to call an early timeout as very quickly the War Eagles have 7 points versus their 0. This is what we like to see, folks. This is the energy that South brings when they're having fun and enjoying the game. They play as a team. They act as a team. Just all around a great game to watch. All right, ref calls for, maybe another few seconds here. And there we go, ref calls for time. Time to get back on the court as that timeout is over. 7-0, Sahiti to go. First question will be, did her having to stop get her iced off, off of her, geez, I'm giving up on that. There's your serve. It did not make a difference. Cam gets herself a kill as she goes up for the block and ends up shoving it right down the center's throat, finding the hole between all 3 of the Raider front line. Sahiti again. Another great serve from Sahiti. This one over. They're going to their outside hitter. Outside hitter sends it. Outside hitter sends it wide. 9 unanswered points for the War Eagles. Let's go South. Double substitution on the Raiders as they'll be looking to swap things up, change things up, and hopefully find a way to break Sahiti's ongoing just runaway with this right now. Here we go, cleared to serve. Good serve, sent over. 16 handles it. That's going to go to their middle hitter. Middle hitter spikes it, but Maddie's right there. That's to Sahiti. Sahiti to Cam. Cam sends it over. Their outside hitter's going to take that one. But Haley is up with the block. Sends it back over the net. 10 unanswered War Eagle points. Sahiti almost starting to look tired as she goes to serve it for point number 11. Well hit. Kiki's there. Cam was ready for it, but Haley now gets the spike. Haley hits it. Haley gets herself a kill. Haley gets herself a kill as Cam got out of the way and the rest just fell into place. 11-0. Starting to see some swagger on the side of South. That's Kiki to Sahiti. Sahiti to Cam. Gets tipped. Back row's going to hit it, and they do. That's Sahiti. Leah moves it forward to Haley. Haley tips it. Lots of touching, but nobody can get the ball back over the net. Haley with a kill. That's 12, and the Raiders are forced to call a second timeout. The energy on the south side, there's a little bit of swagger, a little bit of dance step going on there. They are definitely feeling much better right now. Let's hope they can keep that up because it, again, is a self-fulfilling prophecy. When they are in it, when they're having fun, they are absolutely crushing it. When they stop, well, you've seen what happens when they stop. south early to get back on the field or on the court. Sahiti smiling from ear to ear. Cam, Haley, Kiki up front looking with smiles and ready to go. Leah and Maddie standing there kind of half dancing, staying moving as they've got energy just bouncing out of them. Raiders retake the court. Slightly longer timeout as one of the line judges is talking to the main ref. All right, folks. 12-0. Sahiti again, nice spin on that one. Kiki gets there. Leah is there. Sahiti calls for it, sends it. Haley goes up, touches it, and sends it over the net. They do the same, though. Leah to Sahiti, Sahiti to Kiki. Kiki hits it, unfortunately, into the top of the net. And that gives the Raiders their first point of this set. Coach Rachel leaving the team on the court. First serve. That's Kiki. Kiki pops it high. Leah moves it forward. Sahiti calls it and sends it over. That becomes a problem for the Raiders. And Sahiti gets herself an over-the-back kill in the 13th point. All right, that'll have Kiki serving 13-1. Raiders call for it. Middle hitter. Cam. Oh, I thought Cam touched the net on that. I was wrong. I saw the movement. That's a net touch. And a Raider touched it and gave us the point for it. There's your serve right over the net. Oh, dug out. I didn't think they were going to get there in time. That is not going to make it over. That is a 15th point. Substitution time on the Raiders. Looks like a double substitution. Kiki getting ready to serve once this is done. 15 points for the War Eagles. There's Kiki's serve. Ooh, nice and flat. That's an ace! If they were not able to return that, sending it way wide on the return. As the girls are saying down below, there's no court there. 16-1. Here we go. Raider hits it right at Leah, though. Leah gets there to Sahiti. Sahiti to Maddie. Maddie sends it over. Here comes the return from the inside hitter. Haley's right there. That's to Sahiti. Sahiti to Maddie. Maddie pushes it through the attempted block and gets herself a kill. Hard fought there. Pushed it right through the near block. Kiki to go again, 17-1. There's the serve. Middle hitter's going to take this one and hits it. Finds the hole right in front of Kiki for a second Raider point. Kiki and Bryn will be substituting out. Bryn wearing number 3 today, coming on to the court. Right now, Alpharetta getting ready to serve at a deficit of 15 points. Haley right there on the net. Midcourt looks like Sahiti and Cam. Here we go. But it does not clear the net, because how high is that net, folks? Too high. Cam and Piper substitute while Leah moves in to serve. Leah's serve back outside corner. Middle. Oh, they barely get that over. They do. Maddie to Sahiti. Sahiti to Piper. Piper gets herself a kill as she finds the back inside. Well and hard hit by Piper. One of her better spikes. The crowd yelling, "I love you, Piper." 19-2. Oh, did she touch it? Oh, she got her arms out of the way in time. That ball went long. 19-3. There's the serve. Maddie handles it. That's the Sahiti who gives it back to Maddie. Maddie with a spike. Maddie gets herself a kill as that one runs down the top of the net for probably a good 2 or 3 feet before rolling onto the Raiders' side. Looking at Maddie's face, she is shocked that that fell in, but you know what? Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Haley. Good serve from Haley. Deep center. Libero takes it. Middle hitter's going to spike that. Good spike. Leah gets a fist on it. That ball ends up going over her, though. Leah and Bryn collided. Bryn may have caught Leah's eye. Leah says she's okay, though. Sahidi and Cassidy. Haley and Sima. Yeah, Leah may have got caught on the top of her eyebrow, perhaps, but it was definitely close to her eye. There's the serve. Sima and Maddie not talking. That gives an ace to the Raiders, now 20-5. All right, here we go. There's your serve right into the net because the net is too high. 21-5, Maddie now to serve. Bryn substituting for Kiki. Your front row right now is Kiki, Cassidy, and Piper. You have Leah and Sima there mid-court, and Maddie just served it. Maddie with the ace! Maddie gets an ACE ace! Here we go again, 22-5. Good serve, send a little long. Is that a second? Oh, they got a hand on it. But prevents her from getting an ace, but that was well played. Good hard hit. Unable to be really controlled by the Raiders. Now 23-5. Maddie again drops it in. Maddie with an ace! Maddie gets her next ace. ACE ace! Maddie going for the set. 24-5. Good serve. Not handled. That's an ace. That ends the set with a 20-point victory. Maddie not believing it. Everyone cheering, calling her Mad Dog Maddie. Just absolutely crushing it there. We're going to be back in just a few minutes, but I got to tell you, we're going to another third set. The ref calling for the captains. Maddie heading over, looking for the Raiders captain to join. Here we go. Call the coin in the air. Heads, tails. Winner gets to serve. We've talked about time and again. It's all about momentum. And so you really do want to serve first. Based on Maddie's reaction, I don't think we won that. That's our Mad Dog. The cheer from the girls. Not sure if you can hear it, pick it up, but they're there. South, a ton more energy right now. Really made a difference in that last one. I mean, 25-5 is an incredible score. Let's see if they can win the third set and get back on their winning streak. But more than that, making it so the only team, and they seem to be pretty evenly matched against, is the Lambert Longhorns. Everyone else they've been able to beat since the regular season has begun. So be very interested to see if they can do it again here. All right. Lots of smiles on the south side. All right, taking the court, our usual lineup. Sahiti, I believe Cam will be in the middle. All right, ref getting ready to check. Right now we got Cam on the far left side, number 4. Kiki, 29 in the middle. Sahiti, 11 on the right. Your back row. Left-hand side, Haley. Maddie in the middle. And Piper on the right. Piper and Leah will swap as soon as the ref signs off on the rotation. And there you go. South already ready. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, the Raiders trying to talk themselves back into being ready after a fantastic display by South in that last set. Here come the Raiders. We will be looking for another strong win. All right. Raiders do get the serve after winning the coin toss. South is another point for South. There's the next serve. That's an ace. Sahiti gets herself an ace, 3-1. Remember last set, Sahiti scoring 3 aces in a row, something like 8 or 9 points. She almost ran across the line right there. Gets herself another point. That serve was basically a running serve. Haven't seen her do that before. Different approach. 4-1. Good serve again, deep. 14 hits it. 18 and 8. Having a little confusion. They do get it over though. Cam to Sahiti. Sahiti to Kiki. Kiki gets herself a kill as she pushes it through the near double block of the Raiders. 5-1. Another good serve, handled by number 16 there. Good play by her. Hits it way far, long, deep, because there's no court there, folks. 6-1. And we have a timeout called by the Raiders as the War Eagles first to get to that first at 5 that the girls talk about all the time. Coach Rachel's probably just telling the girls at this point, just keep doing what you're doing. It's working. Looking like a completely different team after that first set. Raiders are coming out with a little more energy, trying to, get themselves back engaged. A couple of them do still have some smiles on their faces. They're still there. They're still having fun playing the game. There's your serve. It is almost sent back over. I got to give credit for a valiant effort, but that is a 7th point for the War Eagles as Sahiti gets another one. There's your serve. Number 14 pops it. That's to 10. An inside hitter hits it across. Maddie's there, though. That's Sahiti. Sahiti to Kiki. Kiki back corner. Did she catch it? Oh, it went a little long. 7-2. The Raiders coach trying to re-energize the girls. You can see her cheering them on. Here's your serve. Libero hits it straight into the net. Fishy, fishy, fishy. Net, net, net is the call from the girls. That's got Kiki serving for us. Kiki hands it back to the libero. Outside here is going to take that with a good spike, but Leah handles it cleanly. Sahiti to Maddie. Maddie sends it. Outside hitter again. Good spike. Maddie this time. To Sahiti. Back to Maddie. Maddie with a good spike. Good save. Kiki to Cam to Sahiti. Sahiti tries over the back. Not quite able to get it done. 8-3. Ashley and Kiki will substitute there because it's substitution time. Ashley tagging into the court, far right-hand side of your screen, as number 10 on Alpharetta goes to serve. Here's your serve. Leah pops it wonderfully. Ashley calls for it. It's going to be hard for Leah. Leah, good effort. Not quite able to get there. Raiders 4, cutting the deficit in half. Eight to 4. There's your serve. Maddie. Sahiti sets it. Cam goes right there. Gets returned. Punching it. Getting a kill. Sahiti gets herself a kill with a punching bag. Great teamwork by everyone involved there. Piper comes onto the court as Leah moves in to serve. Substitution for the Raiders. 9-4. South fighting to come back. Piper, Maddie, Haley up front. Leah's serve. Well hit. That's an ace. 10-4. Now what? South with a lot more energy. Leah getting ready to serve again as the War Eagles get to the second set of 5 first. Another hard one. Raiders do handle that, but they bounce it off the basketball hoop. Do make it over. Leah sends, or Sahiti sends it over. They returned it. She was there. Maddie tries to get there. Maddie unfortunately hits it a tad long, and the Raiders get to that first set of 5. It's 10-5. War Eagles still ahead. Let's go. Number 16 serves it, but Leah's right there. That's Ashley. Ashley over to Piper. Piper over the back. There's the call, and time called as a ball comes onto the court. We'll replay that point in just a minute. Number 16 is going to serve that again. There's your serve back at Leah. Leah to Piper to Ashley, who does send it over. Out inside here is going to take that one, sends it over. That's Haley. That's Sahiti over to Maddie. Maddie with a good spike. Outside hitter takes that, sends it floating over to Ashley. That's Sahiti. Haley calls for it and sends it over. Outside hitter again, taps it over, but Maddie is sitting under there waiting. Sahiti to Piper. Piper with the kill! Piper gets herself a kill in the back corner. 11-5. Haley's going to be serving. There's your serve. Popped up by 14. Coming back to 14 on the serve. That goes long. 12 points. Because that was OUT out. Number 20, Haley, to serve again. Good serve from Haley down the line. Oh, went wide though. 12-6. You know what that means? That means it's double substitution, doublemint gum. Sahiti for Ryan. Haley for Sima. Because you can double your trouble with doublemint gum. Oh, that's an old commercial. 12-6. Time called. As another ball enters the court. All right, let's try this again. Oh, another ball enters the court. Even the ref's starting to look down. There's your serve. That's right at Ashley. Piper calls for it. Sima sends it over. Inside hitter's going to take that, tap it, dig it down, but one-fisted Leah gets there. Piper was getting up ready for the return. Ashley got turned around as she tries to handle that one. (12-7). I think she may be a little dizzy after that spin. In honor of those watching, it's not square dancing. No need to do-si-do. 12-7. There's your serve. Leah's right there. That's going to go to Sima. Sima moves it forward to Ryan. Ryan spikes it. Ryan gets the kill! 13-7. Ashley and Kiki swapping. Maddie will be serving. All right, we have a timeout called by the Raiders. Got a message that I was muted then unmuted, so hopefully I haven't been talking to myself. We're just 2 points away from winning this set and the match. Fingers crossed, extremely excited here. And there's your need to return. Maddie serving. Chance for the set and the match. Serve it up. The very loud cheer. There's Maddie's serve. Well placed. That's going to go to the middle hitter who taps it over, but Leah gets down there and gets there. That's Sima. Sima to Piper. Piper sends it over. Not able to be handled. We are now 1 point away, 14-7. All right, Maddie's getting ready to serve what could be set and match point. There's the serve. 16 handles it. 14 pops it straight up. And it is sent straight into the net. War Eagles win 15-7. Pulling off a nice comeback after that first set. Winning 15-7 in 3 sets. That ends this game. We're going to be back in probably about 15 minutes with the next one, as it'll be us versus North Forsyth High School. I'll see you then.